Jump in.
Yes. Never get used to that. This is the 5 on 5 podcast presented by directmusicservice.com and Nuke's Hot Sauce. I am Phenom. To my right, Jupiter Williams. To my bottom right, Nick Lopez. And two very special guests today are joining us. Make some noise for DJ Impulse and DJ XL.
What up?
Gotta lick off some shots for y'all. Griselda shots. Always lick off Griselda shots for the guests.
Gentlemen, how are we living?
Oh, yeah. Everything's good. Chilling. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In the new house, chilling. Yeah.
Not yet. Sorry, I had to switch that out. No, we're gonna move towards the end of the month. We're just kind of like getting the house buttoned up a little bit before we move in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like we had the floors done today just because they're original wood floors and we just wanted them like buffed properly.
Yeah.
And then the garage, which is dope, we like power washed it and put this like sealer on top of it just to make it like super ill, you know?
Yeah.
So we got a few more things to do, nothing crazy, you know, just to try to make the move as smooth as possible so we don't really got to take a half step getting, you know, just continuing on in a new place. So everything's cool. You know, I know we're both excited to get out of here and get to the new place, and I'm a little bit sad to see this place go just because my apartment's been good, but you know, I think just after the last year and everyone being home and just the way things are here in Los Angeles, like our part of town that we're in right now is getting just a little too active. So, yeah, it was just time.
Yeah.
You know.
Make sure you guys sage the new house.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to get it saged correctly and make sure. But it's a good home. It was a home that like a family lived in for 40 years. So, you know, I know like the vibes in the house are good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of my records are out here. Not all of my records, and I'm still trying to decide now that you know we have this home. Do I get all my records out here? And if so, that means Bod and I got to get in a U-Haul truck and drive across the United States on some Blues Brothers shit. You know?
I'll do it.
Only because like to ship the records I have is just, I either have to ship those records or I got to get rid of those records. You know, I mean, I have to get those records here. Or I have to get rid of those records because shipping them would be so expensive. You know, I don't know if anyone's ever shipped boxes of records before, but like, the records I have out here, I shipped, and it's not a lot. It's like a 2x4 IKEA shelf with maybe 2 more crates and a mail crate. So it's a good amount of records. Like I can play a set in almost any realm, but not even a fraction of my record collection. And I believe like each box was probably like $150, $200 to ship. You know what I mean? So it starts to get real hectic when you need to ship a full collection of records. So,
yeah. Travis shaking his head.
That's a lot.
No, man, I know.
I hate moving.
I know. Like we're both pretty good, Grace and I. Like, you know, we don't have a lot of things. Like we've accumulated more stuff than I have before, but in the sense of moving, it can be done. Like we're gonna move ourselves. I got a buddy that has a truck and a trailer. My buddy Frankie, that is my partner in all time high, has like a big flatbed truck that we can just move everything ourselves. But as far as the records go, it's like the biggest collection of things that I've owned in my life. Like even my clothes from back in the day and all my sneakers are gone, you know? So like the records are the only thing. And it, you know, it's really almost the only thing that I have an emotional attachment to that, again, I can't just keep some. Like I have to either get rid of all of them or keep them all. It doesn't really make sense to just keep a crate or two, you know, because I'm going to always run into this thing of, oh, I used to have this on wax. So I either have to just wipe them all out completely or I have to keep them all. So,
right.
Yeah.
We are going to get into record talk. We are definitely going to get into record talk. What we do around these parts, every week we compare 2 artists head to head. their top 5 songs as viewed most popular on Spotify. We go 5 rounds. You pick a this or a that. Both of you gentlemen are going to be participating today in Neek's pick. Neek, what do you got for us?
I'm stoked. I went with my 2 favorite rappers. I am kind of in a 90s hip hop mode, and I know that's kind of where you guys are locked in.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Big L versus Big Pun.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This is going to be an easy one, and I'm going to catch a lot of heat for this, but I wasn't that much of a Big Pun fan. As like music wise, like his rap style is amazing, of course, but as far as like song selection, I don't really have like probably the 5 you're going to list are the 5 that I would play, you know. And obviously Big L was, they both were kind of cut short, so there's probably a solid 5 Big L songs too. But this is an
which
easier
is kind of why
one
I
than
nailed
like
them together.
It's much easier to have to pick apart than like Talking Heads versus Prince. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which
and both have been on this show. That's so funny you went that way, because we both of those acts have been on the podcast before, and I was like, damn, which way am I gonna go with these guys? Like, I could just be 90s rapping, just to be sure everybody knows.
Yes.
Or I could get weird.
It's all good. Like, we have love for all of that music as well. And I think that what you chose is dope. And there's obviously a reason why these are going to be discussed. So yeah, I'm stoked to get into it. I know Bod is too. So
hell yeah.
Let's get into it, gentlemen. Round 1.
Round
one.
Big L Put It On versus Still Not a Player, the radio version.
Honestly, I think Big L Put It On probably wins almost over anything you're going to put it up against, right, Bob?
Yep, at 100%. That record has so much. God, I mean, every time I hear that song, my hair stands up on my arms. Like, that's how much I love that particular record.
It's like perfection in the 90s hip hop. If you were to like explain what it is, and you needed to describe it in a song, there's, a dozen songs that you can give, and that's one of those songs.
Yep.
Like, I'm about to pull up the video now just so I can see it while we talk about it. Like, he's in a Helly Hansen, like
he's in a Helly Hansen.
What else do you need, to make this work?
Kid Capri is yelling. It's everything. That song is everything.
But don't get it wrong. I had, like, as much as like Big L Put It On is just near and dear to my heart as well as Bod's, but like Still Not a Player is also near and dear to my heart because it makes me remember a time when I was in community college. So it was like my first year of college and I still wasn't DJing full time yet. And I met a homie in this college course named Kaz, and Kaz, who is still a friend of mine till this day, was interning for Mike Bowles, who was like the national director, like national urban director at BMG. And BMG had Loud and all that stuff. So, just to get into the technical side of it, BMG had a lot of sub labels and like artists on there. So because he was interning for him, Kaz and I started to throw parties under a name Ill Scheme Entertainment. And obviously you still needed to have vinyl. And we were throwing parties in North Philly, like the Puerto Rican side of North Philly. So we would cut class, we'd hop on the bus, we'd go to New York, and we'd hit all the record labels, and I'd be able to grab all these promo records, which I still have, and come back to Philly with them. Still Not a Player was one of those records, and it was a big, big, big record. But, this is still the time where the DJ is in front of the internet. You know what I mean? Like, you, at this moment, this is the newest record and you have it. And if you want to hear it, you have to get to a person that has this record. So I was able to get this record, come back to Philly with it, and use it at one of our parties where it was like the newest, biggest, hottest thing at the time, and not a lot of people had it yet. You know what I mean? At a non-radio level, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a record that I was just telling Grace this story not that long ago, and like as much as, you know, obviously the Helly Hansen jacket wearing Timberland boot dude, you know, the Big L record wins in this round, the Big Pun record still is something special that I'll never forget as well. So
totally.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Trav, where you at?
For me, it's Big Pun, and that just puts me back to 97, 98 Bulls, Last Dance.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That was it for me. Yeah. So yeah.
Colin.
What
say you, friend?
Yo, I'm going Big Pun. I'm going
Shit.
Big Pun.
Dog, come on, he wakes up in the morning, he throws his clothes out.
And he throws his clothes out on the bed.
He throws his striped polo out. He has his Helly on.
What? Yo, I had that same jacket in red.
Yo, I had a red and blue and I had to put it on layaway for a year. He has the overalls on.
Yo, that I didn't have that because I was like, yo, he's on his like Gordon's Fisherman John. Like,
man, out in Baltimore, they'd be like, "You going to work, my man, or what?"
Yeah. What are you doing?
That Helly Hansen cost $350. I had it on layaway most of the year, and I didn't get that.
I had to wear that motherfucker in June.
Listen, I straight up, man.
Yo, man, sweating in the club with the coat on.
So that thing was super sweaty too, because it had that like liner in it. So yeah.
They said, "Hey, yo, do you want to check your jacket?" He said, "Nah, I'm gonna rock this."
Oh, you don't check that jacket? Nah, man. Hell no.
Yeah, I kind of want to pick. I kind of want to pick Big L just cause of the commentary. He's like, look, he woke up in the morning. He put his clothes out on the bed. The commentary is golden.
Like I'll pull the Big Pun joint up, but the Big Pun joint, it was baller. You know what I mean? They pulled up to the club.
It was glossy, like
it was super fun.
It's quintessential '90s hip hop music videos, man.
Wait, let me ask this question because I'm a little too young for this. Were people fucking with the Brenda Russell track before this dropped, or what?
I think it was like the older heads, yeah. You know, like your Riz and all those dudes, like they knew the record. It wasn't like some crazy hidden sample. That's why it worked.
Yeah.
You know, it worked because it was a familiar sample. Yeah. But we might not get into this, but I will say that I'll take the original I'm Not a Player over Still Not a Player any day of the week.
Oh.
Okay.
With the Darling Baby sample.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. The way it comes
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I think if I'm in my car, you're right. Like in my personal listening, you're right. If I'm playing out, I'm playing the radio one. Everybody knows
of course.
That one.
I mean, this is the record that the girls go for. The original version is more of the dude record. You know what I mean? Like So
Both.
Does that mean I have to tie break?
Yeah, Nick has the tiebreaker.
Like, okay, so here we go. This is on some like Biggie.
Just so we know what's happening.
Jay-Z dead president
hops out of a helicopter.
You think he was actually in a helicopter?
Lots of gold.
Yeah,
lots of gold.
Which I'm not hating on.
Yo,
big ass Versace.
Look how big your man was.
Big ass Versace, bro.
Look how big your man's was. It doesn't even look real.
Big.
But he's got the. That Statue of Liberty is real life. That's life size.
I was on a flight with Joe though, just like a year ago or two years ago, which was pretty awesome. He still looks the same.
Oh yeah.
Not that you're talking about Joe, the R&B singer.
Yes. Joe, who is in this video.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just it's just a completely different vibe. Also a different time. I mean, like I was the silky Versace wearing dude around this time as well, but
You did
my
have a
heart
Caesar.
still, I did have a dyed Caesar, which
You had a
know,
strong
and
dyed
I also had a Jesus piece.
Hell
You
yeah.
did.
So
And you had the glasses.
And I had I had glasses with like
Fly.
pink, like
And the
So
whole
I had
That's a strong move. Fly in the 90s. Let's chill. Let
It's
people
not something
forget.
that just happens. You either have it from a young age or you just don't have it at all.
Don't.
You know? So
Today I was just discussing with my older sister how in 6th grade for my birthday I asked for her to buy me Cool Water cologne, and she's like, "I'm not buying my 6th grade brother Cool Water."
Yo,
Fly since day one.
Cool Water was the starter pack right there.
That was the fragrance right there.
Yeah. Everything
Well,
had Cool Water.
I mean, like
that's an entry level aqua.
Yeah.
We had like Drakkar in like '92.
Oh yeah.
Which if you didn't have the Drakkar, you really wasn't pulling any dips. You know what I mean? And then like before Drakkar, I just wore whatever my dad wore, which was like Brute or gray flannel, which was not probably the hit. You know what I mean?
I had some
Just smell like walking into the room.
Like an old man. You know what I mean? But you thought it was doing.
I might bring back the Polo Sport for the summer though.
Yeah,
man.
Hey,
Polo Assassin.
Run back that athletic aquatic. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
You know, I was wearing
Hit him with the Adidas.
I was wearing the stinky Michael Jordan cologne.
Run back to Michael Jordan.
It's a vibe.
I don't want to hear any disses on that one. I still wear that.
Hey.
Yeah, that's all. Too funny, yo.
The
juke.
Hey, you remember I brought that back in the podcast with Jeff Jordan?
Yeah. Shout out to Jeff. We love the cologne, Jeff. Jeffrey Jordan, if you're listening, we love the Michael Jordan cologne.
Jeff doesn't even wear the cologne either, man. So we ain't.
Jeff doesn't wear the cologne.
Yeah, we have very loose Jordan brand connections. So shout out to Jordan brand cologne. Tiebreaker, put it on. I'm going Big L.
Okay. Right. Round 2.
Deadly Combination featuring Tupac from Big L and Big Pun Twins Deep Cover 98.
Ooh.
Twins for me.
Ooh.
He said get in the middle of Little Italy. Little do we know we riddled the middle men in the diddly. You know what I mean? It'll be a cold day in hell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go Twins.
I got this too. I still play this.
Yeah.
I play it. Yeah. Yeah. That's a sweep.
That's a sweep. Nick, you didn't even have to jump in on this one, man.
And I would have said Twins. Drunk Nico aggressively loves Twins.
Oh, okay.
Standing on the couch.
We are best friends in that motherfucking moment. I can't even say that part. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
But the part, the Fat Joe part, I'm in.
I mean, like you take a West Coast beat that was hard as nails, that was already a really well-known song, and you bring it to the East Coast and then flip it. Who else could have done that? You know what I mean?
Right.
Besides Pun and Joe. So yeah, Twins is a hands down on that one. Yeah.
3, round 3.
The Enemy featuring Fat Joe from Big L and Big Pun's You Ain't a Killer.
Enemy.
Yeah, same for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that beat is yeah.
You Ain't a Killer. I'm kind of surprised that You Ain't a Killer is number 3 on there. But
yeah, I feel like I mean, we always get into what I think should have been in the top 5 afterwards, but I don't think this should have even been in the top 5.
Yeah.
Which song should have been in the top 5?
You Ain't a Killer. I think top 10, but not top 5.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I don't know what you could have put against the Enemy that I probably would have voted against it, just because the Primo beat makes you want to go just destroy something, that sample, and then him spitting the LL verse.
Right.
You know what I mean? From Illegal Search is just, you know. I mean, it's the Illegal Search. Yeah.
I don't necessarily think anything like there's a lot of songs that would have beat it necessarily, but I don't think You Ain't a Killer should be number 3 on Big.
I agree with you. Yeah, for sure.
round 4, Big L MVP versus It's So Hard.
Oh,
is that Donnell Jones? That's Donnell Jones on that
Wanna
one?
fuck my wife. Is that no, I don't think that's Don.
No,
is that Donald Jones?
That's and it's
I gotta do a number crunch. I'm not sure. I think you might be right, but I'm also
I
not
don't know.
positive.
I never liked that song anyway. So MVP for me.
Oh yeah. No,
yeah,
it's so hard for me. It's Donnell Jones. Yeah.
Donnell Jones.
That is Donnell Jones. Yep.
Donnell Jones.
Give it up one time for Chicago. Let's do that. So
Chicago.
I love him. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yep. And you go right into one more. You loop it, and you go into One More Chance.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
OG transition.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which way you going, Impulse?
Oh, I'm going. No, I'm going MVP.
MVP. Okay.
Yeah. 100%.
Trav, I'm joining you on that. I think that was on my Source sampler CD that I got.
Yeah. Same with me. Yeah.
Shout out.
I was so stoked that Donnell Jones was featured on it, man.
I don't
dislike. So wait, you guys are going for the pun? The pun?
Yeah.
We're both from Chicago too, so
and that's fine. I don't dislike the record. I don't dislike it, but I'm definitely picking MVP. So
Neek,
yeah.
Neek, we need our best guy to tie break.
I'll tell you what, I'm not the best guy, but I'm a guy. And I'm definitely a guy on the job. And I'm going with Big Pun here. I love MVP. I don't wanna say I dislike either song. I just really like it so hard.
It just goes to show that neither of you three ever had a razor blade in your mouth at any given time.
No, I never. No. I was too young to be running around with a razor blade in my mouth, man.
What this tells me,
what this shows me is that neither three of you gentlemen ever kept a razor blade underneath your tongue.
Never.
No.
I have beautiful teeth. Too beautiful for such activities.
This checks the judges. This checks out.
Yes.
This checks out. I'm like, yo, I had a MVP. No.
Round 5 is going to be the tiebreaker, gentlemen. Neek, give it to us. Tell us what it is.
This is my favorite round. 98 freestyle versus Beware.
Woo.
98 freestyle.
Wait a minute. Wait, this is the top 5 for pun?
Yeah.
100% isn't in there at all?
That's what I was going to say. Why is 100% not on here?
Exactly.
That was the big one that I was like, that should be top 5.
Oh,
why is You Ain't a Killer number 3?
I'm
top 5 on Spotify.
Top 5 on Spotify.
That's crazy to me because 100% should have been in there like top, like in the 2 or 3 for sure.
Absolutely.
Easily.
You Ain't a Killer shouldn't be number 3.
That's why I put him at 3.
Nah.
Top 10, but not.
I'll take 100% over It's So Hard. And still not a player.
Ooh, okay.
Just because I liked that record overall and what it did when I played it. I got a way better reaction out of the floor from 100% than I did out of still not a player.
Gotcha.
But so 98 freestyle over what was the other record?
Beware.
I mean 98 freestyle.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
Also, how is Holding It Down not in Big L's top 5 or flamboyant or any of those?
Wait,
what's the posse cut with?
How was Ebonics not in there?
That's what Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And so the thing about Spotify's top 5s is a lot of it is like not necessarily top plays, but recently plays. So
was it on TikTok or something?
I was gonna say TikTok could be a big factor.
TikTok.
Like shit like that is always a factor. It could have been on a soundtrack or
Probably
a commercial.
On some foodie
not that I think
toast TikTok.
Right.
Not that I'm really sure You Ain't a Killer is on any of those things, but
yeah, that's a very
I don't
weird.
know how.
Yeah, that's strange.
What the algorithm or the reasoning is, but that is the top 5 right now.
That's strange.
What boys? Where are we at? Colin.
I'll go Big L. Yeah.
Yeah, 98 Freestyles. That's one of the best hip hop songs, in my opinion. One of the best. Like it's up there for me. It's like a great song. It's a great song.
Wait, how is you came up not in there?
There's
Dog, this is crazy.
Spotify's kind of fucking nuts. Spotify's kind of crazy sometimes.
It really is.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is that a sweep for that round?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I love Beware. It's one of my favorite pun verses, but 98 Freestyle is my favorite L verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we talked about songs that we thought should be on there. I do want to hop into the lightning round right away. Gentlemen, what we do, I throw a couple names at you. You say this or that. You can say as little or as much as you want, but you can only keep one artist of the two. Let's start with last week's episode with Cosmo Baker. Cosmos was The Roots or NERD. Which one are you guys picking?
You got a Philly guy. You got a Philly guy in here. You got another Philly guy in here.
Mm-hmm.
When I say we're only keeping one of them, it means I have to like wipe them out of existence completely.
You can only keep one
just out of the existence of the lightning round.
Yeah.
All right. First, I also just want to contribute the fact that Devil's Son should have been in Big L's top 5, but that's we're past that. And I guess I have to keep the Roots. That's just Philly. Everybody, Amir would be bummed at me, and everybody would be mad at me if I didn't keep the Roots. So.
Everyone always goes back to, because Cosmo says the same thing.
Yeah,
Amir
he did.
So pissed. Amir would be pissed.
He did.
Amir would be bummed, yo. I can't let that out. He would be bummed, yo. And, I mean, truthfully, like I just listened to Distortion of Static the other day, and there's so many great Roots records, even though there's a lot of NERD records, but the Roots were like one of my first concerts I ever went to back in the day. So
we're about to get into that too.
So, yeah.
I have to go Roots. There's too much of a there's too much. I love NERD. I love them.
Of course. Yeah.
Love them, but the Roots, just there's too much history there. So
I feel like behind the scenes, Quest might have like a stronghold on people. Yeah, everybody's like, "Yo, we gotta pick the Roots. Gotta do it."
Yeah, he seems like a real like nice.
I hope he's listening. I know he's not.
But on the side, he's like, "I swear to fucking God, if you motherfucker."
Yeah. It's like,
like he's just off camera. He's just a fucking tyrant.
Yeah, he's like, I heard y'all on the 505 podcast. Y'all did good.
Y'all did not want to piss off Amir. I'll tell you that.
Gentlemen, DOS Effects or Fushnikins?
Oh yeah, I'm glad that you said that, Colin.
Oh, wait, you guys don't get to pick the other what
it's just
no, because
these are all previous episodes.
Okay. Well, what did y'all pick though?
We
it's the same format, so it's song for song.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying with the last group, with the Roots or
who won it? Who won that?
Yeah, for you guys.
Yeah.
Are you NERD or Roots?
Oh, we're just getting hit with the lightning round, one or the other.
Oh, we're in the lightning round. Okay. Man, I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't want to piss off Amir either. I don't want to piss off Amir either. I got to go with the Roots, man.
You know?
No, I went NERD. I got In Search Of tattooed right here, man.
You never had a chew stick in your mouth for an extended period of time. Me?
No, I'm Roots all day.
Okay, so you're the only one that's never experienced a day with a chew stick in his mouth. Cinnamon flavor.
This is so true.
I've just recently been spending a lot of time in Philly, and this is cracking me that
Is he wrong?
He's not wrong.
No, you're not wrong at all.
Yo, we're gonna show up to the
you
club.
need to experience that. Yeah.
We're gonna
Next
show
time
up
I'm
to
in
the
Philly,
club.
I need a chew stick.
Once we're reopen, I'm gonna have a razor blade, a chew stick. It's a fucking list of things, man.
The next time, well, I don't know if I can figure it out, but the next time I see you, I will try to have a pack of chew sticks on me so we can experience that
on person.
Yeah. All right, so Docs and
we got to go to South Street with the chew stick.
Oh yeah,
Daz effects or Foo Schnickens.
Oh, Docs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same. And I love Foo Schnickens, but
same.
Iggity okie dokie. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody's hella confident. All right, Shalimar or Cool in the Gang?
Cool in the Gang.
Shalimar from me.
Really? Okay.
Tell him what he's never had in his mouth.
Yeah. Pause.
Ew.
Okay.
All right.
You definitely never had a pair of silk trousers.
You don't know that.
With a hard bottom shoe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't know that.
Having chest hair all out too, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yo, Bowie or Queen?
What'd you say?
Bowie or Queen?
Bowie or Queen?
Oh shit.
I'll let somebody else answer first. I gotta think about this.
It's lightning round. Bob.
I mean, there's only one other person.
Oh, okay.
A lightning round.
I'm gonna say Queen.
Okay.
Because I still get Bowie with Queen anyway. Because
True.
Yeah, Queen for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, Zap or Gap Band?
Gap Band.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cosmo Baker gave us a good history lesson on the Gap Band. It was
Yeah.
Really good.
Shout out to Cosmo. Clips or Mobb Deep?
Mob
Deep.
Okay.
Yeah, we should really think about being friends, X. We have a lot.
It's just the same brain, pretty much.
I want to switch the order, Impulse. You got to answer the next few first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Drake or Dr. Dre?
Drake or Dr. Dre? What the fuck? Damn, Drake's got hits. I really enjoy
Artist of the decade.
I really enjoy Drake sometimes. A lot of times I enjoy Drake. Dre.
My life would not be impacted anyway if Drake was never in it. But Dre, on the other hand,
I can tell you, I can tell you right now, Nick, that order does not matter who you ask first, whether it's X or
I know. I just wanted to see. There's only been one disagreement so far.
Let me flip the script.
And it was met with much disdain.
Yeah. God,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Forgive me for really enjoying Shalimar.
Yeah. Right.
No, it's fine.
How dare you?
How dare you?
They're a great group. I just have to think about if I had to get rid of all the Cool in the Gang versus the Shalimar in my computer. The Cool in the Gang has
I can't do a wedding.
Weight.
I can't do a wedding with all Shalimar. You know what I mean?
No, you can't.
Exactly.
I feel you.
Remember on repeat.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Gentlemen, Trick Daddy or Gucci?
That's a good one. That is a
good
good
one.
Bud,
you got to go first.
Yeah, you got to go first.
I'm going to say Gucci.
Say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Trick Daddy, but I think I can listen to more Gucci Mane than I can Trick Daddy.
Yeah.
And Gucci has all those mixtapes too.
Yeah.
He's got a lot.
A lot of Gucci. I probably still haven't heard.
He had a good mixtape run, man.
Yeah.
In the same clubhouse here, Ludacris or Juvenile?
Hmm. I could do without either of them, but I guess if I had to pick Luda,
yeah, same.
right? Because I mean,
Same.
how much Juvenile do we really listen to? You know,
Same.
I tried to listen to a full Juvie album. I don't get that far through it.
No.
Yeah.
I listened to that MVP record the other day and totally forgot about it. The premiere joint, the Ludacris MVP shit.
Yeah.
Pretty tight.
Yeah.
Right.
Conway the Machine got Ludacris on his album, man. He has Ludacris rapping again, rapping like how Ludacris was supposed to rap. So
okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that one.
Yeah,
has Ludacris rap aged well? Like, is it?
Well, that's what I'm getting to. Like, Conway had him really spitting.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I like Conway. I don't know if I can still rock, because sometimes I listen to old Luda songs that I like, and I'm like, this is too goofy now. It's like listening to old Eminem.
Right.
Well, like that was like 50 on was it on the Griselda album or was it a West Side? What album was he on recently?
50 was just on.
Was it it was something
was
Griselda?
Was it the Locks?
Yeah,
it was that Locks.
It was the Locks.
Yeah,
it
was the Locks. Yeah.
Nah.
It's so crazy to see an artist past their prime.
Yeah.
And Cube is a perfect example. Like you listen to old Ice Cube and he's just in pocket, right? It's like, it's dope. And then you listen to like newer Cube and you're just like, this ain't it, man. Like something's off. It just doesn't sit in the pocket the same way. Like, so
I get secondhand embarrassment.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. This is no.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the stadium on this one, gentlemen. AC/DC or Guns N' Roses?
I think I would rather see AC/DC just because I'm more of like nostalgic, you know, like more classic. Like I think it would be dope to see them perform live. Guns N' Roses are cool, but you know, it depends on the era. If I had to take Guns N' Roses currently versus AC/DC back then, I would rather have, you know, AC/DC over Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, AC/DC for me as well.
Yeah.
It might be a little tougher, Sade or Aaliyah?
Oh, it's not tough at all. Helen. Helen, 100%.
Okay.
I like that he used the real name. That's
I do too.
You like that?
I still want to see her live. Yeah.
There's a few things that people learned over quarantine, and it's that Jamiroquai, that JK's name was not Jamiroquai, and and her name was Helen.
Yeah. I learned. I'm guilty of the Sade one.
Yeah, same. That was the same for me.
Oh yeah.
I always knew her name was Helen, but I would never really refer to her as that because she's always, you know.
I thought her name was for real, Sade Adu, and I had no idea it was a band.
Yeah.
But at this point, her name is that. Like, you know, you see her in the area. Yeah. So, hell yeah. I would just love to see them perform live, you know.
Yeah.
Even though I like Aaliyah, I think the show overall would be better watching Sade, you know what I mean? So
yeah, agreed.
Earth, Wind, and Fire or Chic?
I'm gonna say Earth, Wind, and Fire only because I heard their stage show back in the day was like nuts, like insane costume, some like voodoo stuff would happen on stage. Like it was like something. It was like a circus. So I would have to go with them. Yeah.
Same.
Okay.
Same for me. Same for me.
Does it change? And this has kind of been like a bonus that we kind of put on with Cosmo is EWF versus Parliament Funkadelic.
I knew you were gonna say that. I fucking knew it. I would probably go Parliament Funkadelic over Earth, Wind, and Fire.
100%.
Cool.
100%. That show is crazy.
Yeah.
Like in the prime, and like the prime.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a tough one.
They had a man running around in a diaper.
Damn.
That's a party.
That's some next level shit. So many drugs. So many drugs.
So many.
all you can eat.
Yeah.
All you can eat. P-Funk is like Black Grateful Dead.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, with a whole bunch of offshoots too that could just go. You know?
Yeah.
It's
Every
just
one of
really
their offshoots.
with that. Yeah.
So many characters.
For sure.
Yeah.
Beatles or Beach Boys?
Beatles.
Missy or Busta?
Missy or Busta?
Yeah.
Busta for me.
I would say Busta.
Yeah.
Okay. Prince or MJ?
I already know what you're gonna say. I know. I think I know what you're gonna say.
What are you gonna say, Bob?
I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
I know, but what are you gonna say?
I feel like you're gonna say. What am I gonna say?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna say MJ, and you're gonna say Prince.
No, I saw Prince live, and as much as I love Prince, there's a lot of Prince that I don't love.
Okay.
And I think Michael just has more bangers. So I think I would have to go Michael.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wrong.
Yeah. No, I mean, I could go either way, but I think only because I saw Prince live and I saw him perform everything.
Yeah.
That I had to think about like how it would be. Like it was Prince with Morris Day in the Time opening and Sheila E on drums. Like I saw the show you need to see.
You saw the D1.
You saw the shit you needed to see. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And there's a lot of Prince that I love, but like when Adam 12 did like a Prince tribute, he did like a full set when he passed. There's a lot of Prince I can do without.
Yeah.
I got you.
For sure.
I
Like
saw
when
that.
I look at my collection of Prince records, yeah. Or like even Amir, like Amir loves Prince to the fullest degree. There's just a lot of Prince. I'm like, I'm cool. Like I just want to hear the hits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For Michael, I feel like
1 second, Jeff.
I'm discovering new Michael songs more and more as time goes on. You know what I mean? So plus you got Jackson 5 Michael too. Like
and the Jacksons, Michael, when they went straight disco.
I know.
Oh,
so
man.
yeah.
Which is a different band altogether.
Yeah.
Who, the Jacksons?
I like when you find the Jacksons is a different band.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like when I find like the rarities albums of the Jackson 5 stuff, like at the end of their trip, like when they're all a little bit older, because that's
right
that's
before they went
shit.
over to CBS. Yeah,
that
was really
that's
good.
the good shit. And then I wish there was more like Philly Jackson 5.
Yeah.
I wish there was more of those songs, but I think they only did one track.
Yeah.
I will say though, I like Prince as a person, like as a personality, better than Michael.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Just like Prince's weirdness versus
Stories.
Michael's.
Right.
I think I like Prince's shit better. Yeah.
All right, Colin, hit him with it.
Impulse. Wait, which way did you go?
I went
Michael.
I went
MJ. Yeah.
Okay. Last question of the lightning round. We do it every week. Gentlemen, Hall & Oates or Outkast?
Hall & Oates.
Oh, whoa.
Quick.
Whoa.
Quick for both of us. Hall & Oates is by far. I know I can speak for X as well. Like that's like one of our all-time favorite almost.
Okay.
Doesn't even take me a millisecond.
No, it didn't. It really didn't.
You had me at Hall.
I love that. Nobody's been like who else? There was maybe one other person that was like Hall & Oates. Everybody else,
Hall &
like,
Oates is amazing, dude. I like Outkast, but same thing. Like I just like the familiar. Like I like the hits. I don't love Outkast as much as some Outkast fans do. And even though Hall & Oates has a lot of records I can do without as well, they have a lot of records and there's a lot of joints.
I took my mom to go see them.
Yeah, I saw them live, yo.
And they sound like the record. Like they're incredible. They're amazing. Like up to this day.
I saw them at Hershey Park. I saw them at Hershey Park with Michael McDonald and Average White band.
That's a show.
That's a show.
Come on, dog. I had Hershey chocolate at Abundance outside at night. Hall Notes, Average White band, Michael McDonald. Come on.
Yo, if you pitch down Anita Baker, it's Michael McDonald.
We just heard this the other day. It's fucking crazy.
That blew my mind.
I was like,
that blew my mind.
What?
Yo,
that absolutely blew my mind.
Bod, did you hear that? Have you?
I have not heard that.
Yo,
it's
where did this happen?
It's a TikTok now, I think.
It's a TikTok. I'll send it to you.
Please send it to me because I haven't seen it, and it sounds.
I was like, oh.
It's fucking crazy. That makes me want to go get TikTok now. I see stuff like that, and I'm like,
I was gonna say, I only see whatever pops up on the gram. I don't even get on their TikTok.
If I could have my TikTok filtered like that to stuff like that, then I'll be good. But I know it's not like
you got to develop that. You got to get it, and then you gotta make that.
I ain't got the time for that.
That's whack. I ain't got time for that.
Let's start from the top, gentlemen. How did you guys meet?
MySpace.
Oh, dope.
Hell yeah.
And
Real talk.
And one of us hit the other up. I can't really remember. I was just like, yo, you should come to Philly and kick it. We talked for a little bit back and forth, figured out we were the same brain. And then I was like, yo, why don't you just come up and kick it? And then
And I did so.
Yeah.
What year was this? Do you remember?
06, 07,
something like that.
07 maybe.
Right in the thick of the blog house and all that around that time.
In the thick of it.
Yeah.
Thick of it.
Like Be More Club, Blog House, that era. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, were you guys both touring, traveling, and stuff, or did you start to pick up more and start to tour more together, or how did that work out?
We were doing a good amount of stuff independently, not like it was when I moved, but enough that we were kind of bubbling a little bit and like domestic travel, Vegas every now and then, some of like tri-state travel, but nothing like crazy.
Yeah.
Like after I moved. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you moved to LA in what, 09?
09, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
What would you say is the main difference as far as DJing? What's changed in you as a DJ moving out to the West Coast?
I just my perspective, just my perspective on DJing as a career, my knowledge of music, everything changed. Nothing really changed as in night and day. It just kind of like grew, it expanded. I saw it from a different scope, but I always knew I wanted to do more than what I was doing at the time that I was actually doing it. And I always liked to dig for more music. I just think I was able to like expand on that more than I would have been in Philly, and just having more exposure to things that I couldn't get being in Philly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That West Coast perspective. I wanted to ask you guys, what's your favorite city to travel to? Like, if you could go hop on a flight right now, where would be the first place you'd hop?
Oh,
Tokyo.
Tokyo. Yeah.
Tokyo. Yeah. Without. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. How many times have you guys been out there now?
5.
I think I maybe went once or twice without mods. Maybe.
Yeah.
I've been 6 and I went 5 or something like that. Yeah.
Shout out to Karen Bowler. She asked the question about
Karen.
She said, make sure these guys talk about coffee, motorcycles, in Japan, because
geez.
make sure.
It's funny. We got into coffee together. I got into motorcycles because of Bod, and we were into Japan together, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, coffee. We went through the the spectrum of, you know,
Pike's Place,
of like,
bro.
yeah, of like, of just like, I don't know, how can you explain it? Like, what you think is better coffee to the point of like snobby better coffee.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Motorcycles. Bod rode a motorcycle well before me. Obviously, I wanted to be able to do something with a friend, so like I got in. He actually taught me how to ride a bike. So yeah, then I got into it and just did my thing with it, and got hectic as I usually do with things.
No.
And Tokyo, I think just fashion and sneakers.
Yeah.
And just all the things, and us just food and sushi, and you know, spending enough time together. And then you go once, and then you're just like, I don't even know how to explain it, man. Like, I can't even say Disneyland for a kid, because most kids are like super upset when they're at Disney at some point. You're just in like, it's just Tokyo is just everything you want it to be and even more. You know what I mean? So then you're just kind of like, you just run through it until you're so exhausted that you're just like, I can't take anymore. Let's go home. And on the way home, on the flight home, you're like, man, I can't wait to go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000,000%. That's the biggest thing I noticed. Like, if you take like 2 weeks, that's not even scratching the surface of where you're hopping into. Like, you know, if you drop down in Narita and you do 2 weeks there, you haven't even scratched the surface.
Nope.
Which is
it's like, I think it's like New York. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to get fully dialed in. There's always going to be something new.
I said this yesterday when I was there. I said, every time I come here, I don't do anything. I don't like expand, because I get so stuck in the shit that I'm familiar with and that I love. I'm like, oh, there's like 4 other boroughs that have that also had amazing shit. So and for Tokyo, it's like you get there, and the thing is, like, and Colin, you've been there too, like, you know, some of those places, they don't really have a crazy turnover in their employees, even at like coffee shops. So you go and they like remember you.
Yeah.
Like,
that's awesome.
Shit, I remember dude was here last year.
Cool.
Like, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Record stores, they remember the last record you bought when you were there, which bugged me out. You know, dude was like, oh yeah, you were the one that picked up these Prince promos, and I was like, yeah, dude, you see like 1,000 people a day. How would you remember that?
It just makes you appreciate the small things and like the details more than you did before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's so fast, but so slow, where there's so much. Everybody's just absorbing everything, which is really dope. Who got into photography first?
Oh, Ryan is into photography. I'll just take photos on a phone. You know what
I mean? Hey, they're clean, man. I don't know.
that's you know, we have this discussion. Yeah, Ryan is into photography like I'm into motorcycles. I'm into photography like Ryan is into bikes. Like he'll get all these crazy cameras, and I'm like, hey, but I can shoot that on my phone, you know what I mean? And just a little editing. And then I get all these crazy bikes. I'm like, Bod, you got to kickstart this and turn that. And he's like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm just going to push the button and go. You know what I mean? So, for sure.
Tell us about Scratch Mechanics.
Scratch Mechanics is a bunch of friends that I grew up either being inspired by, and then they became a friend, or they were already a friend. And we just kind of like learned from each other, were inspired by each other. And Philly was more of like a just keep it to yourself kind of city. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like spread the wealth around type of mentality back then. And I just felt like, yo, if we tackle this thing as a team, we have a much better chance at being able to maneuver through it than if we each do it by ourselves, and we were already doing it by ourselves. So you know, I asked a few of the homies, and everybody was down, and it really didn't grow much more. We kind of capped it, you know what I mean? Because it was more about like the mentality of the person than it was how good you were. You know what I mean? Because you could be really dope, but your mentality isn't really clicking with the rest of the crew, and then it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and then we, I think if I remember correctly, it's probably 12 people in total. Some of the homies, you know, are doing their own thing. Some of the homies are doing, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what they're doing, but you know, like it really doesn't matter. They're still like crew. It's not like something you can get out of. And that's pretty much that. And you know, the network of people is still there, and whatever relationships and opportunities that we can spread to the crew, like it's still all there if and when the time comes. You know what I mean? So that's all it really was. Just a bunch of people trying to achieve a dream in something that seemed impossible, and figuring like, yo, if we help each other out, like we can push this thing along a little bit further. You know what I mean?
Is that what's missing from the scene right now? One of the things?
Well, I think the scene itself is just so spread out, and it's not what it was. Like when we were putting this together, we had control, right? Like at this point, a lot of the talent doesn't have any control. So if I played a gig, if I was locked into a gig and I got double booked, or I had an opportunity I couldn't miss, I didn't have to check with anyone. I could literally just put one of the crew members in, and as long as they knew it was crew, it was gold. There was no like, oh, we don't want this person. Oh, we want to grab somebody else. It was like, you guys are the gold standard. So, you know, if that's one of your boys or whoever, then it's good. And I think, you know, now it's kind of just like, it's just different, man. You know what I mean? And everyone has their own little thing popping, and there really isn't a unity. I mean, there's like little crews and stuff, but as far as the DJ game on a larger scale, if you're not plugged in with the relationships, it doesn't matter what crew you're with. You know what I mean? You're not really getting anything done, because there's so many more people doing this shit than there was before. So yeah.
I definitely feel that.
All right, I got one. Hold on real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
For first concert and last concert for you guys. I mean, first concert and best concert. For both of you guys.
What?
The first concert I've ever been to?
Yeah.
First concert I ever went to, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was Chia Lee. And I want to say it was like Chia Lee and MC Light.
Okay. I love MC Light.
I can't remember what tour that was, but that was that. And then you said favorite?
Favorite, yes.
My favorite, I, off the top of my head, like I really enjoyed the Glow in the Dark tour.
Yes.
I mean, visually, like sonic, like everything, everybody that was on that tour, it was crazy. I think, you know, it was obviously Ye, it was Lupe, it was
NERD,
NERD, Rihanna.
Rihanna,
yeah, it was. I mean, it was incredible. It was incredible.
Yeah.
So that was probably my favorite.
X.
My first concert was The Roots.
Oh, it was Crisscross, MC Light, and Chia Lee. Sorry.
Oh,
that's solid. Yeah.
Oh, that is
now that's a sick concert.
Yeah.
It was okay before.
Okay.
Mine was The Roots, Tribe Called Quest. The Roots, Tribe Called Quest, I think this is correct. The Roots, Tribe Called Quest, Souls of Mischief, and Far Side.
Ooh.
Damn.
Whoa.
Damn. Jeez,
That was your first?
That was your first?
That was kind of like Cosmo. Because Cosmo said Tribe.
It was like 94, 95.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, what
from Philly? You guys might have been at the same show.
Yeah, Cosmo said Tribe and Leaders of the New School.
I don't remember.
No,
that's right. It was like a native tongue. It was like a native tongue show.
The thing with Cos is that he's like a little bit older than me, and he was in the scene a little bit before me. So maybe that's why he got to see that show.
Mm-hmm.
My show, it was Electric Factory, but I don't remember Leaders. Maybe Leaders was there, but if Leaders was there, Tribe would have been there. No, for sure. Because when I saw Tribe, it was Midnight Marauders Tribe.
Gotcha.
And when I saw the Roots, it was Distortion of Static, like era Roots. So I think that was the show for sure. I might be confusing Far Side and Souls for a different show, but I know for sure it was Roots and Tribe on the same show.
Okay.
Which was crazy.
That's an insane lineup.
Hell yeah.
One of those shows, I won the tickets on an underground radio show because we recorded the intro for the radio show. Like, I used to rhyme. So we recorded an intro and I pause looped the DOS Effects Mic Check a bass line in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and the group I was with at the time rapped the
what was the name of the group? What was the name of the group? What was the name of the group, Bob?
The sun touches. And yeah, exactly. And the radio show was called like The Raw Deal, which my man G used to host. And they were giving away tickets, and it was on the college radio show in Princeton, and it came on every Thursday. So I pause looped the DOS Effects bass line up to the riggedy boom, doom, 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 riggedy boom. And then we wrapped the joint, and then we won the tickets. And yeah. And I think probably my favorite show. Oh man, it's so tough. I've been to a ton of concerts. Probably Tribe. I mean, like, you know, like I was, we took the train downtown, you know, we were dressed in cool gear at the time. I was young. I was like, I'll never be that energetic and that, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, into it, you know what I mean? Like, I was a dude in the front, like pushing to the front row, arm up, rapping every lyric. Like, you know, like I'm too cool for school now. Like, I would just be in the back and just kind of like be watching. There, I was like in it. I was super excited. You know what I mean? And I was like sweaty. It was great, you know. And those shows, it was so pure. You know what I mean? So now
Untouches win the tickets, and the rest is history.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hell yeah. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's sad. When
you first met Quest, did you kind of run through these stories? Like, how did that interaction work out?
So as I got older in the scene, we started to see everybody more often. So Adam Baum is a huge contributor to a lot of the opportunities that happened over the years. Adam and I met in 9th grade. So he was like my first friend when I got to high school. Adam got turntables before me. So a lot of my early mixtapes from that era came either from Adam or borrowing my homie Obi-Wan's turntables. Because Obi and I would spin together. That's how I got into DJing, him and I and a few of the other crew. I would have to
Obi-Wan from Scam?
From Philly. No. There's an Obi-Wan from Philly who was like a DMC dude. So I would have to tell my parents I'm staying at Adam's house to be able to stay out later than I usually could. Adam had Tommy Hilfiger gear before me. I used to have to like borrow his clothes if I wanted to be fly. He had Tim's before me. I'd borrow his Tim's. Fast forward, Adam, was in the weed. And if you're the weed dude, like you pull all the connections. So when he met this group, Schools of Thought, that used to record out of the studio in Philly called Sonic. We would just be in the studio hanging out. And because he had the weed, opportunities happened because he shared the weed with people. And that's kind of how we met everybody. Also, my buddy Rec, who designed a lot of my early mixtape covers, worked for OK Player.
Mm.
So we just kind of got connected with those cats. And then Adam wound up being the assistant for Amir. He was Amir's assistant. So Adam really has stories. Adam played pool with Prince. Like they would go to the pool hall. He shot pool with Prince. He picked up Nelly Furtado in like a Toyota Hoopty. Like brought a birthday cake for Common or some shit. Like he has stories of shit. And because Adam is the weed head that he is, he never did anything with any of these things. But because I saw everything that was happening, I was like, yo, I need a poly. And Adam was cool with that. You know what I mean? Adam didn't care. It was like, I'm doing it for y'all. Like, I'm here. I'm cool just being high with everybody. And I'm in here like, yo, y'all, can y'all give me a drop? Can we record a mixtape? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And things happened. I mean, like we did it. Adam is on an OK Player record. He produced. He got beats placed. We all did cuts on different records. There's a lot of things that happened that I not like take for granted, but I kind of just forgot about because it happened. There's so many things that happened back then because we weren't distracted by all these other things. Mm-hmm. You had to be present in order for it to happen. Mm-hmm. So we were just always around. And, Amir and Tariq and all the Roots, like we became cool. And a lot of the staff and like the homies that work behind the scenes, we knew everybody. And it's bug just to see what we were doing at such an early age and who we were around, and a lot of that kind of comes through. Like I remember it because I have all these early drops on tape recorder that I still get to use, and it's like how I got these drops was because of the access I had, and I was too young to even think bigger of like, oh, maybe, and I wasn't trying to produce. So it wasn't like, oh man, we should record records together. Like Adam would record records with people, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And whether they never did anything or not, it was like, he would just do it, Yeah. So yeah, we got to know them a little bit personally, like on like a personal level. And that's why we can joke, that, Amir would be upset or whatever the case is, because like, we know him a little bit better than some other people. Yeah.
Impulse, what were you doing during this time?
What time was this?
High school, say like 95, 96, maybe.
Oh, 95, 96? Just in general?
No.
Yeah, man. Shooting dice and Tim's and shorts. You know what I mean? We know what you were doing.
You know what I was doing. Is that the question?
Shooting dice and Tim's and shorts,
Razor in one cheek. Yeah. Cinnamon stick, cinnamon chew in the other.
He had.
No, I don't know. I never asked you.
Gap hat on.
Yeah. I never asked you. When did your DJ career start?
13. Okay. I was like, I was around like 13. I had stolen a mixer from this job that I was working at. There was like a restaurant and they had like a comedy club like downstairs. And I was like, yo, nobody uses this shit. So I like put the mixer. It was like a big ass like Kid Capri demonstration too. It was like
the put big, it in his Helly Hansen jacket,
big shit. And I put it in my and I'll never forget it too. You gentlemen will appreciate this too, but when I put the mixer in the duffel bag, it had broke my bottle of Nautica cologne that was inside of it. So the whole shit just smelled like Nautica cologne.
Fuck.
So yeah, I was like
A travesty.
Yeah.
Travesty.
I was like, yo, I got myself a mixer. And then
fair trade.
And then you know, just like on some hodgepodgey shit. And then I think it was like 14. I think it was like 14 or 15, and I asked for like turntables for Christmas and shit. But I was always like buying records. I was always like cutting school and going downtown and like copping records, and that was all like Baltimore club. Like there was no hip hop. Like you weren't really playing hip hop in Baltimore. Like your set would be you would play 3 hours of Baltimore club.
Really?
15 minutes of hip hop.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's it. And that's just how it was all the way up until like, I mean, even like till I graduated high
2010.
So like 97, 98, 99. It was all club, Baltimore club.
Damn.
Like that's just what it was.
Damn.
But crazy. Yeah, I was Tim's and shorts and Tommy and polo everything, and
yeah,
you know, that was me. I was fully immersed.
You guys remember
Tim's and shorts, huh?
What was that you bought?
Do I remember what?
The first record you guys bought?
Yours wasn't yours Rob Bass?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mine was Candyman, Knocking Boots.
Oh, what? Yes.
Attention. Oh, yes.
Because you could cut the shit out of the beginning, because he comes in all a cappella.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that was like one of my first records I ever bought, like 12 inches I ever bought.
Oh hell yeah!
And
I thought you meant like Mary Jane girls. I was like, tight.
You guys still buy records?
Here and there. Like I just came across this spot in the middle of Pennsylvania like a couple weeks ago, and they had like a grip of 45s. Like it was like one of those types of spots where you're just like, I'm not telling anybody about this. Like, and they were all like, you know, all $1 and in perfect condition, like R&B, hip hop, like everything. Yeah. I was just like, but that's it really. If I'm like, I'm not just like buying to buy. If I see something that I really want on vinyl, but I'm not buying like, I don't buy like new joints on vinyl or anything like that, because it's just a waste for me.
Right.
So
yeah, I think the last like newer records I bought were the Salt records, but everything else I buy is just like older shit that I want to have, or something I remembered I didn't have, or
yeah.
Those Salt records, man. I know Cosmo talking about.
We were just talking about that with Cosmo.
Yo, he was there. He is their number one fan, but I understand why. It's fucking incredible. I was like, it's very rare you find something like newer that you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is great. You know what I mean? And when I listened to it, I was like, how did I miss this? Like, what is this? You know? And it was that good that I was like, I need to own this on vinyl. Like, there's no question about it. I want to be able to play this on a record. Like, playing it on my phone or playing it on the computer isn't enough.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I got 5 and 7 on wax. So,
oh, dope.
Yeah.
Their two biggest advocates is Cosmo and Mike D.
Yeah.
Like that's their two biggest fans.
I'm not mad. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me ask this question. I know a lot of people are curious about this. Craziest DJ request, and it could be, you know, the song that you've gotten the most money for, the most off the wall thing, or a celebrity club story.
Oh shit.
Rick and I made $1,100 once to play Avicii levels at the Roosevelt pool when we were playing like deep house, and I kept telling the person no, and then eventually we got $1,100, and I was like, all right, cool. And Rick and I split $1,100, and I played that, and then right into this disclosure, and everything was fine. You know what I
mean? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I thought you were going to say
money talk.
I thought you were going to say the Jose Canseco story.
I feel like the Jose Canseco story's been told so many times that it's not even that like hectic anymore. Yeah,
people know that one.
Yeah.
I think for me, it may have been. I think I was doing a party with Sam Ronson in DC, and they said, we don't think Lindsay's gonna be with her. This is when her and Lindsay Lohan were together.
Oh, right. I remember this one. This is a good one.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, she shows up and they kick everybody out of the booth. So it's just me, Samantha, Lindsay, and like the lighting dude. And
shout out.
Shout out to the lighting dude.
Shout out to the lighting dude. So I was like, all right. So we switch computers. She goes on, and they let me kick it in the booth. And Lohan had just come out of the program, I think. And
oh no,
she's sitting here, and of course, anytime you play somewhere where there's like a celebrity, anybody, there's like mad people want to take pictures and like just like stare into the DJ booth. Well, she didn't like that shit. So they went into the women's bathroom, got like a big ass mirror that was like a standalone mirror, and they got the mirror and they put it like this in the booth so nobody could see her. So then she ends up taking like the Red Bull and pouring vodka, like Grey Goose, into it behind the mirror so nobody could see her drinking. So she's drinking, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool. 2 days later, I'm sitting on the couch, and I'll never forget. I'm eating Cocoa Puffs, and Inside Edition comes on, and it's like, boom, Washington D.C. nightclub, celebrity DJ, and Lindsay Lohan. There was, long story short, there was cameras in the booth. The club sold the footage to Inside Edition. Of her drinking in the club.
Damn.
Yo, my phone was blowing up. They're like, yo, I just saw you on Inside Edition. I was like, oh shit.
Celebrity DJ impulse.
Wow.
And what's funny is like in the surveillance video, it looks like I'm like grabbing the bottle for her. I was like, Jesus.
She's like, yo, could you pass me the goose? You're like, yeah.
Celebrity enabler, DJ impulse.
That's funny.
There was also a time when Bod and I were we were at Coachella, and I think AM was DJing, and Paris and Nikki Hilton tried to dance with David, with X and I.
Oh.
Am I wrong?
Coachella was wild because like this is like early Coachella, like maybe 08, 09, maybe 20, even maybe in 2010. I know like we did a Belvedere party with Daft Punk without masks on.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was like a Belvedere
quickly
party.
He glossed over that?
I know. It was crazy.
Yeah, just
old hat.
No big fucking thing. Whatever.
That was like heyday.
Yeah. Yeah. Steve Aoki was still playing like regular music.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think what else happened in that.
That was
we were at the party. The party
yeah.
Impulse is talking about is Neon Carnival. We were at the Neon joint, and that's when Paris and Nikki Hilton were there.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of crazy shit that happened at all those parties.
That's funny. That sounds like a party that Godfather was at too before he started.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, like if you were at Coachella, like if you guys have gone or not gone, like there's two different sides of it. There's people that go to the concert, and there's people that just go to party. And there's parties at all the hotels. Some of those people don't even go to the concert grounds. You just you stay at the hotels and you just get down. And the Neon Carnival, they do at the like Palm Springs Airport or Indio Airport or whatever it is.
Big ass hangar. Yeah.
Yeah. So so I mean we were in the mix, and I've never even actually been to the concert grounds just because it sounds like a nightmare for me. But like we played a couple of the parties around and just went to a couple of the parties. And everybody's there. So, it's not an uncommon thing to see someone like Paris or Nikki back then or whatever. Like I played one of the clubs.
It was like T-Mobile Sidekick days.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like like Ryan and I were at a T-Mobile party here at like Brainwash's studio, which is probably one of the best parties we've ever been to, just because they had food the entire time and the drinks were free, and we just got faded and kept eating food. It was like Drake, Maroon 5, and somebody else performed or something, which was crazy.
I think Buster was there.
And
so random.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of shit like that happens that like I don't really remember it until we start thinking about it again, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So. That's nuts. That is
man.
Right.
I wanna switch over to Impulse. I know you started Night Brunch.
Yes.
We were talking about that right before we hit record.
Hell yeah.
This is that shit, man. Tell us about it.
Yeah. How did that come up? Because I love the concept. I love everything.
Thank you.
Night Brunch, man. This is amazing.
Thank you. Yeah. Me and my partner Jason, we were kind of just it was something that was kind of like lacking in the city. There wasn't too much to do. It was either like you go to a hip hop club and you smoke hookah, or you go jam yourself in like a bar with a bunch of people wearing flip flops and shit. Like there was like no in between. And he and I had both traveled so much and seen so much cool shit happening in DC and all these other cities. It was like, yo, why haven't we like done anything? Like we have the resources. Why don't we do it? And originally we were like, let's do the Sunday day party, but we tried to just flip the script and do brunch on a Wednesday. And so from the beginning, Night Brunch was always on a Wednesday. So it's in the middle of the week. It's from 5 until 10. It usually goes longer, but like it's 5 to 10. And I set the bar with the music, like to where it's just good music the entire time. And the thing about the party is it moves, right? So it's never in the same location, for one. So the food is always different. The cocktails are always different. The space is different. The setting and the music. I try to switch up the music every single time. So every time you come to it, it's a different experience, and you don't know what you're gonna see. And we've spread it out throughout the entire city. So, the goal is to bring other people, people from one side of the city, into somewhere where they've never been before. So it's a lot of places that Jason and I really enjoy. So it's just putting other people onto these spots, because we'll put something on our IG story and people will say, oh, where is that? Like, what is that? So we knew that people wanted to know. So this was our chance to kind of like show people the shit that we really enjoyed. So that's kind of how it all started and began, and that's how it's going. Through pandemic, it was hard. We tried to do like some virtual stuff here and there. It just wasn't the same, especially with what we do. There's food involved. There's just, the energy. But yesterday we released our first date, which is the 23rd of this month. And then we sold out in 15 minutes. It was 250 tickets, but we sold out. And so we're hyped. We're excited.
Yeah.
Dude, I see.
Congrats, that's awesome, man.
Thank you.
I see more of a shift now from people wanting to throw dope shit outside of the club. And I think there, for the longest time, there was this stigma where we have to meet in the club. We have to meet in the club. That's where the DJ's at. You can only find them in the club. You can only dance there. And it's like, no, we can do dinners. We can do, movie screenings. I saw Spider was DJing, right before the movie screening the other day. There's so many more opportunities, and I think that people are getting away from bottle service. Obviously, we spoke on this previously. Like that's kind of an antique philosophy now of going to the club and buying a bunch of bottles, because people aren't really balling like that now.
Yeah. Well, even if they do have it, that's not what they want to spend it on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just like anything, like it has to evolve, right? And we were in a weird place for a little while, not trying to figure out what the next thing is. And certain cities, you see like more of a beer garden style thing becoming the thing, and that generation, that like 21 to 25, or just say 21 to 29, the nightclub is not really the move, and the bottle service thing really isn't the move, and people don't want to get dressed up and have to go through all this bullshit to get into a club. They just want to go to a spot that's fun. And thankfully for us, these spots still need music, what I mean? So like some of the more recent things that I've played have been not necessarily supper clubs, but like restaurants that turn into musical entertainment that you can drink at, and the money is still there, of course, but it's not like four walls, no windows, some lights, and you're just banging out the hits. You know what I mean? So
and sometimes the money is a little bit better too, because the restaurant has a little bit more. Restaurants selling the food versus in the bar you're only selling alcohol.
Well, the restaurant's selling food and selling drinks.
And
you know
alcohol,
what I mean? So they have So I mean, it's it's cool to see things evolving, and of course, a lot of us were one track minded as well. Like we have to evolve, and we got to look at the opportunities that are out there for us to be able to still make a living. And I think if anything, that last year kind of showed you that. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, everybody's career got yanked. So it's just like, oh, I need to find a way to not have to find a traditional job. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure. So the night brunch thing that Bod is doing, they were already ahead of the game. You know what I mean? And it's cool to see events like that pop up. As much as I love just a good old fashioned dance club, I feel like you're going to see more old school parties. Like I was talking to Jeff about this, Jazzy Jeff, of course, and like we were talking about this, not I don't know. I mean, not,
no. I think we've talked about this in another podcast. When you say Jeff, we all know exactly who Jeff is.
Yeah, we were talking.
That's why it was funny
on this too, and he was like Jeff, and everybody's like Jeff.
yeah. But we were talking about like what we think is going to happen, because we were still kind of in the thick of that shit, not really knowing like, yo, are we going to get back to work? Is this the live streaming thing? What it's going to be? Sorry, I hope that's not super loud. But,
no, can't even.
But he was saying like, yo, he feels it's going to go back to like YMCA kind of early 80s, like parties that like somebody would throw, they'd rent the hall, they'd set up the sound system, kind of what I started doing, which was dope, because at that point it's like you're only booking the people that could rock this. And I cut my teeth doing those spots, so I'm like, let's fucking have it. You know what I mean? I'm down for these. So, and those were some of the most fun parties that I got to do, where it was just some no frills. You come in there with the crates, it's dark, and people are just trying to dance. You know what I mean? So
I love how that pressure is off now to just play the hits, because it's like, yo, you saw us on Twitch and we were playing everything, and you were downloading new shit and you heard new shit.
Yeah, I think we are always going to be a different mind and a different ear than the average party goer. But I think we were just in this ongoing, this ongoing like hamster wheel of people expecting to hear their favorite songs and you having to be the one to play it and not having much freedom in some of these gigs. And then everyone had to take a break. And, you know, now coming back around, like I've been playing low key since like April at different spots. And, you know, it's like people still want to hear some of the same shit, but I don't have an issue being like, yeah, nah, that's not happening. And I think the people that I've been playing for are on the same shit, where it's just like, yo, you don't have to play this. This is not what we want to hear. So, you know, again, they're always going to be basic. They're always going to want to hear their favorites. But, you know, I think now we have a little bit more freedom to control the music a little bit better, more than we did before, depending on the gig that you're playing. So, yeah.
Speaking of side projects, new projects, up and coming shit, All Time High. Tell us about it.
Yeah.
All Time High happened last year, probably around March. I was already working on clothes and doing merch, but trying to do it from a more like actual clothing label perspective, not really just putting, you know, print on a shirt and selling it. Just, yeah, it's everything, you know, I like to get hectic with things, and I like to dig in and just try to do something a little bit different than what people are expecting. So I was already kind of running the race of doing that shit. And then my buddy, Frankie, he wanted to do something cool. He was already working on some stuff as well. And he liked what I was doing, and he approached me, and together we just started working on this thing. And All Time High is a name that I came up with. And it's pretty much just the feeling of achievement and, you know, what it is to get to that place, and something that doesn't always last forever, but the memory does, you know, and there is a possibility of you getting back to that at any given time. And we wanted to make, you know, really dope clothing, but stuff that looks like it's been through this journey to get to whatever that all-time high feeling is. So a lot of the stuff that you've seen has been washed and faded and ripped and repaired, and, you know, and we had a first release that did really well, like a collection 1, and then we're working on collection 2, which is going to be a little more of what we've seen, just sun faded organic dyes, all made domestically, and just made really well, you know. And that was pretty much the deal, you know. I'll still do like merch and original pieces for myself, and then we'll do the All Time High thing as well, and it's just all keeping the creativity going, just trying to be able to create, you know. So
shit's dope.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, man. Yeah,
we did.
It took a lot to get it done, you know. So yeah. Get it, I'm sorry.
No, we were.
Lost
you're breaking
buddy.
up. You're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Come back.
Come back, man.
That dial up over there.
Yeah.
This guy.
All right, hey, Neek, get into your food questions, man.
Yeah, let's talk. You know, I know we've been
Speaking of
talking about important things,
Yeah.
around here, but let's get into the, you know, like the more important issues, like fast food. So actually, I want to make this a joint effort because I want to see the interaction.
Yeah.
My new endeavor recently has been setting DJs up for endorsement deals with fast food companies.
Okay.
A la Travis Scott and BTS and the whole nine with McDonald's.
Okay.
So I want to know, what is the XL and Impulse meal and where is it?
Interesting. I think Bod and I really love ramen.
That's not fast food.
It's not slow food though, right? Right? Or no?
You got a point, but
you're not wrong. But I think
you're not wrong.
I think what Nick is saying.
I hear you.
It's gotta be corporate.
Fast food. All right.
Does Yoshinoya have ramen? Is that?
No, I don't.
We don't even bang with that.
That's not really our thing.
Fuck them regardless.
I know
Bob likes
could do like a Wendy's.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say number 6. I knew you were gonna
Wendy's
say
really hasn't been touched. touched yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, actually, has anybody even sent Whitney? Nobody's sent Whitney's yet.
Yo,
Well,
Wendy's.
I think Cutso had like part of a because he had a joint effort.
I thought Cutso was Arby's.
Listen, fellas, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If you have never dipped spicy nuggets into a Frosty,
it's the most amazing thing ever.
You haven't lived.
Yeah.
You haven't lived.
Yeah.
I don't even. I for one, I don't even know if I can trust you.
Right.
Two, I don't even know if I want to be friends with you.
Yeah.
If you haven't.
My move is spicy nuggets, and then you get 2 French fries, and then dip it in. That's a little combo going.
Say word.
Yeah.
Very advanced. That's a very advanced technique.
It is.
That
it
is
is.
Very.
It is.
Very.
Most people can't touch it.
Dip the nugget in the ketchup and then dip it in the Frosty.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Now you're gross.
That's
foul.
Oh, yeah.
Too far.
That's just like I'm crazy skins. I'm just trying to mix all my flavors together. But it just bees like that. You know what I mean?
I've never done that, by the way. But hey, fuck it.
I would
just throwing shit in.
Yeah, Nick, I would say a number 6, the spicy chicken meal, with a side of spicy nugs with the Frosty.
Yes.
And if it's not, if it's not that, the Taco Bell Crunchwrap Supreme.
Okay.
Sub meat for the beans, because I don't really eat that giraffe meat shit.
Nah, you can't do that.
Yo,
I can't bang with
it.
The black bean Crunchwrap is my go-to.
Slaps, does it not?
Fire.
I'm saying.
Fire.
Yes. Well, now that you have a meal,
the Impulse and Excel meal is the Wendy's number 6 with a side of nugs.
Spicy.
And the Frosty, spicy nugs. The Frosty is chocolate. Correct?
Yeah, you can't do vanilla.
You don't do vanilla. Do they even have a vanilla Frosty?
They do.
That doesn't. I didn't even know they did that.
In my mind, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You're a heathen.
I've never even said a chocolate Frosty. I've never said that.
You know what a Frosty is?
Yeah, you don't have to.
Okay.
It's just when you order a Frosty, it comes chocolate.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
You would have
they
to
ask you vanilla or chocolate.
No, they have a vanilla.
They
have a vanilla.
I don't ever remember being asked.
That's some new shit. That shit didn't happen before.
I don't ever remember being asked that.
Don't even ask me. Don't even ask.
No, I feel you. I just, it is what it is now. I just want to make sure we're specific. It's very important. Is there any other beverages with this journey, or is this just a strictly Frosty situation?
Oh, I mean, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
I really enjoy Dr. Pepper.
So Whataburger has a Dr. Pepper
milkshake.
Yeah. And it's out of this world. Out of this world.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the best milkshake I've ever had. It's out of this world. So anytime you find a Whataburger, get
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper milkshake. Yeah.
I'm not gonna not try it.
Oh,
that's
man.
for sure.
Yeah. Let me tack this.
I'm not mad at this meal.
Let me tack this question on. What's your go-to gas station snack?
Oh,
that's a good one right there.
Depends on where.
Depends on the coast.
Depends on the coast. Because if you're out here, it's.
Are you at Wawa's?
He's at Wawa. He's a Wawa dude. For me, I'm Royal Farms, Rofo.
Okay.
Right. Sometimes Sheets,
same but different.
Sometimes Sheets. Sometimes
Sheets. If you're not familiar, Royal Farms, you get yourself the fried chicken.
The chicken is crazy at Royal Farms.
Fried chicken is crazy there.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And you maybe get yourself some kind of like Old Bay seasoned
Western fry situation.
Something.
Now we're talking.
But if you're at Wawa,
you get that shorty.
If you're in Philly, you get yourself a little turkey shorty or something with some sour cream and onion potato chips.
He's right.
You know what my Wawa's move has been, and it's the short meatball, because I won't get a Philly from Wawa.
Meatball's hitting.
You get the meatball. You get the meatball with some pro. Sour cream and onion potato chips.
Always sour cream.
I'm not bullshitting you.
No.
Oh man,
It's delicious. Yeah, I love
Always
it.
sour cream and onion.
Hey,
Now,
so
now
go
if
ahead.
you're
Go
out
ahead.
here, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you in LA? That's right.
You really
go to
can't
Earth
get
Cafe.
that. Like, no. If you're at like a
You
gas
wait an hour and a
station-
half.
if you're at a gas station, like if you're, there's really nothing like there's supposed to be. I haven't been, and I don't know if it still exists. There's a gas station somewhere on the west side that's supposed to have like really good Indian food.
Interesting.
Like really good. I don't know if it's still there. And
Huh.
I've never been yet, but that's the only gas station food that I know of out here that's supposed to be like really good.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
Before club night.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
No! Don't
Yeah.
do it! Don't do it!
That's the dice roll. That's the
If
dice.
If it's basic gas station, a little Cool Ranch Dorito or something.
Yeah, you
Cool
can't
Ranch
go wrong with it.
Dorito.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
Cool Ranch
Yeah.
Dorito. A little,
I think the
and a
closest.
little Reese cup. A little
Yep.
Reese peanut butter cup. Little
And if
king
you're on
size
the West
joint.
Coast,
You split
and
it
if
with
you're
your,
lucky, you get yourself a little chocodile, which
Ooh,
is a
chocodiles.
chocolate covered Twinkie. If you're
they
not
don't know
familiar.
about chocodiles, bud. They don't know about chocodiles.
That-
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
They don't know
those
about
shits are
that.
delicious, yo.
Hey, so usually when I eat, I usually sit in front of the TV and watch a movie. So
Yes.
what we are doing on this podcast is we are making a DJ biopic cinematic universe. So in this DJ biopic cinematic universe, who's playing Impulse, who's playing X. All right, and it could be anybody.
You guys have to choose for each other.
That's easy.
That's easy. Okay, you're choosing for Impulse.
It's got to be George Clooney.
Okay,
Easy.
Yes.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Shit. Who am I picking for you, Bob? Damn. Who am I picking for you? Fuck. I don't
Big
know.
roll.
I'm gonna have to say hold on. Talk amongst yourselves.
Oh man. So side note, Loki first episode came out. It was amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
word up.
Did it?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
It hits.
Hell yeah.
We'll talk about this tonight.
Yes.
I want to see that. I want to see the Anthony Bourdain joint.
I do
It's
too.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Denzel for X.
Denzel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
There you
All
go.
right.
You know what I mean? Like Denzel on Training Day type shit.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
Okay.
It's a-
I see it.
You see it?
Yeah.
he
Okay,
could
cool.
stand next to Bird Peterson being played by Idris Elba.
Yep. Yep.
Only because I know Bird, which is funny.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Oh my God.
Gentlemen, one album or artist that got you through the pandemic.
Salt.
Okay. Yep.
Album or artist that got me through.
Salt Song
Pando.
Free got me through a lot of days.
Yeah.
Got me through Pando. Damn. You know what's crazy is like I didn't really listen to shit. I'm gonna be honest. Like I didn't listen to. I listened to more like podcasts and like shit like that than I have in my entire life.
Damn.
I'm trying to think who I was really, if I had to pick two, I would say Thundercat. I was definitely listening to Thundercat a lot. And I was listening to Electric Guest too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Those
Cool.
are two that I can think of off the top of my head that I was like listening to quite often. So yeah.
Okay, so check it. So you guys are stranded on an island separately, okay? At separate times.
Because we've been stranded on an island before.
We've been stranded on an island before.
Oh, wait a
together.
minute, have you?
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it though.
Okay, we won't talk about it. But
Don't
okay,
worry.
so
We
when
don't
you
want
guys were
this
stranded on
podcast. We don't want the podcast to go on like for 5 hours.
Oh
5
no.
hours.
Well, okay, we'll make it
Creeping
even
on
shorter
3.
then. When you guys were stranded on the island, what album do you wish that you had in just one album?
Son of a bitch. This is that
Classic
question. I'm like,
stranded island question.
God, I hope nobody asked me that question.
The burning questions in everybody's mind.
I've thought about this before too.
Tame Impala, Let It Happen.
Wow. Let's go.
Wow.
Colin, didn't you pick that?
I should have. That's fucking great.
Let it happen.
When did you pick Tame Impala though? You picked Tame Impala for something though. I forgot what it was.
Everything else?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, man.
Fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only because it covers all of the moods, right?
It does. It does.
If I need to chill, I got something. If I need to get a little like energy, I got something. Like, you know, if I need to zone out, I got something. If I need to like sing my lungs out, I got something. So
have you seen him in concert yet?
I haven't. We were supposed to go, and it was one of the last shows before COVID, and we just didn't get there. So
it's on my list, high on my list.
Yeah, same.
Take a handful of mushrooms and just fucking.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Go to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might very well be songs in the key of life for me.
Let's go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
that same pick. Same pick here.
Oh, same for you, Nate? Oh, word. Hell yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I knew I liked you.
Let's go.
I knew I liked you.
Okay.
TV and coffee, bro.
Yeah.
It's true. We had a homie question from a certain Aiden Scott.
Yes.
That's Aiden.
He said, "When can we expect music from the duo to come out again?" Alpha Power.
Man.
Soon, man.
Soon.
We've been kicking ideas around about some new joints, and I have a couple of sketches that I worked on over the last year. I would say after I get this move out of the way, I can kind of focus a little bit more on like making music, because at the moment I've been coating floors and painting walls and looking at furniture reviews and curtain rods and stuff. You know what I mean? So I can't really wrap my head around, and we've literally been working like every day just to kind of get it sorted. But I think we're about due to put our foot back in something.
For sure.
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
So
y'all got the heat. Y'all got the heat, so I'm waiting too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We did come up with a couple of joints that we're super proud of. There's definitely a handful of joints I wish I could remake now, knowing more than I did then.
Yeah.
But yeah, we picked a couple of joints that when I hear it, I got to double take and be like, oh wait, we made that.
Oh
that's our one. You know what I mean?
That's the one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's a dope feeling. Shout out to Leon Bridges joint. Shoo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That one's always in my sets for sure.
Yeah. A couple questions and we'll get you guys out of here real quick. If you were playing a do-over tomorrow, what's the first song you'd open up with?
My first song's always got to be something big. It would definitely be probably one of the sample edits that I made.
I was just about to say that.
No, I play those. I owe you some money for that. So
No, never, man. No, I always made those shits just for myself and for like the homies. It's not even about that, because people have always asked, like, will I put them out? And I don't. It doesn't make any sense if everybody has it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Right.
I would say only because it's the last one I made, but I made a charisma edit with the gospel sample.
God.
Oh, what?
That like, yeah,
oh my God.
I'll send it to you guys.
Yeah, I need that.
When we get off the joint.
God.
And it's really good just because the gospel record is really good. and we played it at this gig in Baltimore that Impulse and I just played, and it got probably one of the biggest responses before the Charisma record even came on, just on the gospel record side.
Right.
So, yeah, I would probably start the set with that, just because it gives me everything I want to set the tone of where things are going to go from that moment on.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure.
I play gospel in every single set of mine.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
There's
sick. So many great records, and I didn't grow up on gospel, but I met a friend of mine who had me do a gospel radio show. He was doing a syndicated mix show, and he would just like have a bunch of records. I'd go through these records and I would just play them the way I would play records, and then and then I would go back and start to see like, oh, there are gospel records that I grew up on that I didn't know were gospel records and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So there's definitely a love for those, and I just love that there's dope songs. Obviously, like there's ones that are just kind of like a little too
gospel-y,
too gospelly, like too churchy,
preachy,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there's joints where you're just like, yo, this band is amazing. Like, and it almost not like talking about God or singing about God is a bad thing, but it feels like too Christian-y. And then you get one that you're just like, this is a joint. Like, so when you hear those, it's just special because you can play it for people that don't know and they're going along with it not knowing, but the meaning is there and they understand it. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's just a magic that happens with those records. Yeah, for sure.
Impulse.
Oh, me? It would definitely be one of X's sample edits. And it would be probably in between, I would say, what's the one you did, Bob, with the Kid the Live at the Building joint?
Oh,
the Kid Capri one?
Yeah, that was, man. Oh
Good
my
God,
yo.
Yeah, like that.
So
yeah.
You guys know the Party Groove record, Showbiz and AG, right?
Yeah.
And that sample is from a live recording of Kid Capri playing at a nightclub, playing a party.
Oh.
And it's him yelling on the mic over this beat, over this drum loop. And I was like, again, like, I don't know if I did it last year or maybe the year before, but just in one of my like wormholes of digging through samples, I found a copy of this recording and made the edit that has the drum break into Capri saying what he needs to say, bend, stretch, keep it going to the bend. And it sets it up. When you're playing for the right crowd, it sets it off, because it just sets it up so lovely. And I EQ'd the shit out of it and made it like as clean and as clear as I possibly could. And then when that shit drops and the horns come in, it's
so good. It's so good. So like the energy of that shit is crazy. I also love the Punks Jump Up joint, which is like the horns.
Punk's Jump Up is dope because it's the Rocky sample. Yep. So if you're in Philly or anyone that knows like the Rocky joint, the horns come in, it plays through, and then it starts to loop, and then you hear where it's about to go, and then Punk's Jump Up comes on, and then it's just a whole brawl fight.
Like those two for sure.
Girls start getting hit with chairs. It's crazy. It's chaos.
It's fantastic. Sangria's flying everywhere.
Chew sticks are everywhere.
Chew sticks
are good.
Chew stick leavings.
I react like that when Michael McDonald plays in my household.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
I hear
coffee table gets smashed in half.
Or
what a fool believes will send me over the fucking moon.
Or a pitch down Anita Baker singing "Sweet Love."
Hell yeah!
That's new. Didn't know that. This is new for me.
Gentlemen, two things before we dip out. One, what are you guys reading right now? Let's do book club real quick. Anybody reading anything?
Oh, yeah.
I'm bad at that. Sorry.
I am. I'm reading 2 books right now. The book by Dave Eggers called Monk of Mocha. And then I'm also reading the David Chang, his autobiography too. So I'm like in between those 2 right now. So
I know you
can put me down for the same 2 books. I'll just tell Bod to tell me what's going on.
Keep me in the loop. What's happening?
Right before class, get those cliff notes, my man.
I got you, player.
I suck at reading, dude. I can't do it. Yeah. I honestly, I feel like an idiot, but I probably haven't read one complete book, in my life. Like even when in school, I would just like cheat through it or find cliff notes.
Hey, it's all right. You worked out just fine as
a Listen, the last book that I purchased that I tried to read was Dianetics, and I didn't know what it was, and I only got to like the 7th page, and I was like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm reading, and I gave it to my man, and then he was like, "Yo, you know what this is, right?" And I didn't even know what like Scientology was or anything. It was just like back in the 90s. The Dianetics, the commercial would be on. Yeah, and it made it seem like you'd understand the world better and know how to like be successful in the world. I want to be successful in the world, so I bought this book. But it's so hard to read that even my man that like knows how to read, Zeus, was shit. Dog, I can't read this shit either. Like this is like cryptic. Yeah.
They fucking got you, dog.
Bendix, the Tomorrow People.
Dog. I almost got.
That's funny.
You're like, yo, this is my man that knows how to read. Tell him. And then he'll tell me.
Exactly.
Tell him.
Exactly.
As we do every week, we got a lot of people, a lot of up and coming acts, a lot of up and coming DJs, producers. One gem of wisdom from you guys, if you could share it with an upcoming DJ.
Bod?
Oh man. God damn. I mean, just you gotta do it because you love it. Leave a legacy, and don't wear a mask while you DJ.
Whoa, I like that.
Strong stance.
I like that.
I think
make sure all your cables are plugged into your mixer before you start hitting.
You hate to see it.
You do.
I hate to see it.
I think,
I see it on YouTube all the time, man. These fools pressing buttons and stuff.
Insane. It's insane. I don't even let myself get riled up by that anymore. It's so ridiculous. But
it's just funny.
Yeah. I think choosing a name well is really important. Yo. Oh my God, that poor guy, yo.
Yeah.
I feel bad for that dude, yo.
Oh, yo.
Grown man just be raking him
ripping
through the mud,
this
yo.
kid.
Ripping him apart.
It's just a shame. And for real, like it's just the part that gets on my nerves. But I don't go in on this dude because I can't imagine what he's dealing with on his end. But I think
a decent paycheck, I assume.
Yeah. I hope so, for sure. Just from all the bullshit he has to read. But I think choosing a name well is really important. I think people like overlook that these days and doing their research on picking a name that will become some kind of legacy. And I think just record shopping. You know what I mean? Like find something that you love, old, new, whatever it is, and take the time to go look for it, not just like buy it online. Mm-hmm. And I think it just gives you an appreciation for music itself and like what this is and what it means to be, a DJ today. I think the music is so disposable, so people just take a lot of shit for granted. And I think every person who wants to pick it up as a hobby or not, or as a profession, should know the experience of searching for a record, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Real quick before we go, words to live by. And on the same tip, right before we go, we are putting a playlist together of all of our guests, and just they get to pick
Mhm.
one song. If you both could give us one song that we have to put on this playlist, what is it?
Yeah, Bob.
What?
I love that.
Shit. Damn. Are you? Go ahead, Bob.
It's very important because this is like one song, and everybody's gonna judge you for it. Yeah. Everybody's gonna know you picked this song, and if it sucks, everybody's gonna tell you about it.
I know. There's a bunch of DJs listening.
I'm biased for my choice that I'm going to pick, but I stand by it any day of the week. I want to say the Zeus Money record "Meditate" that I produced, that we put out this past year. So I think it says a lot, and I think it's one of the best things that Zeus wrote. So
you're right.
Yeah, we also shot a video for that too. That Bob shot, which was
good. Yeah. Alpha Pair Boogie is really good. That's a good one. Yeah. That one should definitely be on the list. I would say that. I would say
those are two solid choices.
Those are two great choices.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Look at us nailing it.
Yeah. Alpha Pair
took some contemplation, but we fucking got through it. We got some good picks.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Gentlemen, let the listeners know where they can find you and what you got coming up next now that we are open, ?
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
DJ XL, DJ EXCEL. That's my IG. That's my Mixcloud. You can search that in your app store. And that is how you can kind of get into who I am and what I do and what I got going on. That's pretty it. Yeah, you just find me there. You know what I mean? So
me, DJ Impulse, at DJ Impulse on IG. Basically on everything else is DJ Impulse. My link tree is in the IG with all the links to everything that I'm doing, whether it be DJing, photography, and of course Night Brunch, our first one of the year, June 23rd. So yeah, we're excited. We're gonna see everybody in person.
Yeah.
Be
good.
And
be outside.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for having us. Appreciate it. Good to see all your faces.
Likewise.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Impulse and XL, two very good homies of mine.
Love y'all, man. Yeah, definitely.
Make sure you guys go check these guys out, not only as DJs, but take a note of their hustle on the sides too, because they got some shit going on, man. From production to the Night Brunch to the clothing line, these guys are working. And
yeah, man.
And that's what I'm going to share with everyone. Make sure you got a side hustle going too, because like you see, this shit can get pulled out from right underneath you right away.
But that goes for everybody. That goes for everybody, not just DJs. Because that shit got taken from everybody.
Yeah. So, mine is Frontline. Sure. Frontline is doing just fine.
They're fine. They're good.
They're good.
Cash and checks.
Those fools are warriors.
Warriors.
They're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. This has been the 5 on 5 podcast presented by Direct Music Service and Nuke's Hot Sauce. We'll be back next week with another special guest. I think I have a good idea who it is, a certain Los Angeles gentleman. We'll just leave it at that. So we'll see y'all next week.
Yo, peace.
Hey.